What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to talk probably about the biggest news story that's kind of circulating around the markets right now, and that is that Warren Buffett, one of the world's most legendary and well-known investors, he's 89 years old. He's absolute legend, and when he does things, people really pay attention. So he just purchased shares in a gold mining stock. So I think a lot of people are kind of confused. Buffett didn't really buy gold. He bought a gold mining. He bought a stake in a gold mining company. So he didn't actually like buy the physical metal. He bought a stake in a company that extracts the metal from out of the ground. So let's get right into it, guys. Before I get into this video, please smash the thumbs up button because it really helps. So let's go right over to this article is posted on Market Insider. It says Barrick Gold surges 12% after Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway buys a stake. So basically, to sum it up, guys, he purchased around 21 million shares in the company and for a stake worth $564 million. So guys, Buffett put over $500 million in this gold mining stock. So the funny thing about this is that, Warren Buffett has basically made fun of gold for years. He said it's basically it doesn't have any value. It doesn't earn a return. He said that many different quotes like people from Mars would be laughing at us and things like that. But, I have to disagree with Buffett on this because gold has been known as money for thousands of years. And, whereas fiat currency like the US dollar or the euro or the peso or whatever type of money you're using, these currencies basically get inflated away. I've talked about this a lot on my channel, why I think it's so important to invest and why I'm so passionate about investing is because one of the worst things you can do is just park your money and just throw it in a checking account that doesn't yield anything, or put it under your mattress, or put it in a little glass jar on your desk or something like that. And that is because the problem with currency is that currency earns interest. So in order to pay the interest that the currency is earning, they have to print more of it and distribute more of it. So this is why the value of the dollar keeps going down, because the dollar and all these other currencies have to earn interest. So that is kind of the root problem with money. Interest is a huge problem, and it's one of the reasons why there's so many people in America and even in other parts of the world that are drowning in debt, is because of the interest. So the fact that Buffett has bought a stake in a mining company should ring off a lot of bells, and he also trimmed his stake in most banks. Now, he didn't exit all of his banking stocks, and I'm going to show you guys his 13F. That's a form that he's required to file anytime he makes any major moves, guys. So let's get right into the 13F form to look at what Buffett actually did. So you can find this information, a really nice site called fintel.co, and it puts all of this information easy to read and things like that. You can also go to sec.gov, but I just go to Fintel. It's so easy to understand it. So as you can see here, we've got the 13F filed by Berkshire Hathaway. Warren Buffett is the manager. So let's take a look at exactly the moves that Buffett made. So as you can see, guys, we take a look here. This is the previous shares and this is the current shares. So this is kind of the change in the stake. So as you can see here, I mentioned in a earlier video I posted a couple months ago, he dumped all of his airline stocks. So we already knew that. But here's about the almost 21 million shares they added of Barrick Gold. Now, some other interesting things. He actually added shares of Liberty Media, and he also added shares of Kroger. So what did he drop? He reduced his stake in Bank of New York, Mellon. He decreased his stake in MasterCard, dumped a lot of JP Morgan, dumped a little bit of US Bank Corp, dumped a lot of Wells Fargo, completely dumped Occidental Petroleum and Goldman Sachs, reduced his stake in MT Bank, actually increased his stake in Store Capital, decreased his stake in Cirrus, and increased his stake in Suncor Energy, and decreased his stake in PNC Financial Group. So what is Buffett doing here, guys? Well, just like when Buffett bought gold, Buffett is basically buying stocks based on the current pandemic situation. So he dumped a lot of these financial stocks because, with these banks dependent on the dollar and things like that, and then you've got lots of debt piling up and people are struggling to pay their mortgages, he's realizing that banks are going to be struggling in the near term, and that's because a lot of people have reduced spending. People aren't spending as much money, and they're kind of turning into savers because a lot of people have lost their job, and funds are kind of limited right now. So these banks make money when people are spending like crazy. So the credit card companies, the banks, and things like that, these are kind of the assets that are more likely not to do really, really well during a recessionary period. And we saw the same thing during the 2008 banking collapse, where a lot of these banking stocks plummeted. So what Buffett's doing is he's moving his money into more kind of more stable, essential businesses. So he added his stake in Kroger because you have to buy groceries, and then he bought gold stocks simply because gold prices are at a record high right now, and gold miners are making a fortune. So all of these gold stocks have been moving up. You've got Barrick Gold. You've got another one, BT Gold. You've got Yamana. So all of these gold stocks, and I'm actually going to make a separate video for that on the best gold mining stocks to buy. But basically, these companies have mines all over the world, and when they extract the gold out of the ground, they have like a fixed cost, and then they're able to basically generate a profit when they sell the gold at market value. So Buffett is never really into like actually buying gold in the physical form, but the fact that he's investing in his gold company is really big. And I think this is an inflection point for gold. So now, why am I so bullish on gold long term? Well, I always believed in having a percentage of your portfolio in precious metals, usually around 10% or something like that, gold and silver. Personally, I think silver was cheaper and a lot easier for most people to buy. And I think when you're getting involved in precious metals, you have to get started. But I do believe the best way to invest in gold is to actually have physical and to invest in gold stocks too, because you want to make money when these companies are mining this stuff out of the ground, but you also want to have some yourself because it just gold has been money for thousands of years. So I want to talk a little bit more about that. So why is gold so important? And I didn't want to wrap things up on where I think mining stocks are going in the future. So as you can see here, Voltaire said this in 1729: paper money eventually returns to its intrinsic value zero. Gold is genuine wealth. Gold is real money. Gold is nature's currency. So throughout history, no paper currency has survived its original form. Paper currencies are normally inflated away until they are worthless. The purchasing power of the US dollar has declined 90% since 1950. The situation is the same for most currencies. When governments come under financial pressure, they can never resist printing money to pay for debts, be there war debts or just excessive spending. Gold is the only currency that has no liability attached to it, guys. So really, there's a really interesting article that's posted on Gold Switzerland, but I want to just kind of just piggyback on this about how gold is real money and gold is nature's currency. So, where Buffett says gold doesn't really earn anything, that's not the purpose of gold. The purpose of gold is the fact that it's divisible, so you can easily divide it and break it down into smaller gold coins. It's fungible, so that means that gold in one place is exactly the same as gold is somewhere else. Gold cannot be destroyed. So, obviously, if you take a hammer to gold and you pound it, it just flattens. Whereas if you take a US dollar or a currency and you rip it and things like that, it can't be accepted anymore. And also, gold is resistant to corrosion. If you have a gold coin, it doesn't corrode, it doesn't tarnish and things like that. And if you take a look at many people that lived in the past, you take a look at ancient kingdoms like ancient Greece, ancient Rome, ancient Egypt. A lot of these people had gold. They had gold jewelry. They had gold in their homes. Uh, they have pictures and things like that. Text, in the Bible, there's gold. So gold has been money for us for a long time, and it's still money. There have been times where I've been traveling around the world, and I was able to go to, maybe a gold pawn shop or something like that and sell gold. So there's definitely a lot of respect for gold. And the fact that Warren Buffett doesn't really believe in gold as a physical metal doesn't really mean that you shouldn't have a part of his portfolio. I just think he's so obsessed with investing in businesses that generate a profit. But the purpose of gold is not to generate a profit, it's to preserve your wealth. So if you take your money and you buy some gold, you know that that gold is a really, really strong store of value. And it's not that the price of gold is increasing, it's that the value of the dollar is decreasing. So gold never changes. A gold coin 5,000 years ago is the same gold coin, but it just takes more US dollars or whatever currency you guys use to purchase that same piece of gold. So this is why I think gold should always be at least around 10%, or precious metals 10% of your portfolio, whether you choose gold or silver. Pick something and add it to your portfolio. Okay, so now let's talk about where I think Barrick Gold Corporation is going in the future. Well, gold is going to go higher. So it was pretty much obvious, with this whole stimulus package and the Fed printing money and things like that, and countries all over the world distributing money, gold is going to go much higher. And the same as Bitcoin. So I think Bitcoin and gold are two excellent investments, guys. I think you can just simply take a look at some of these gold mining stocks. I'm going to provide a follow-up video with the best ones, but I kind of want to just focus on what Buffett's doing for this video. And I think you can just pick any of these guys. Obviously, Barrick Gold is one of the better, the stronger ones, but they've got some other ones like Yamana, and they even have some smaller ones with BT Gold. Basically, the difference in these companies is some of them have more mines than others, and I'm going to make a follow-up video. I just did some research on the best one, so I'm going to provide that for you guys in a follow-up video. I didn't want this video to go on for so long. But basically, I'm just bullish on all these. I've been bullish on gold for a long time. And if you guys check out my website, I have a lot of information on there, investortrip.com, for you guys who want to purchase gold coins or things like that, gold bars. I have a lot of good research. I have a really nice article there showing you guys the best gold coins. So for you guys who want to buy gold stocks, I think Barrick Gold is an excellent buy. It should go much higher in the future. And if you're interested in buying physical gold, please check out my website, guys. And for you guys that are trading cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin is always a great buy. I personally purchase my cryptocurrency using Coinbase. It's really simple to use. It's very safe. It's got great security measures, and they don't actually store your cryptocurrency on their site. It's stored offline in a very, very secure location, and the company has millions and millions of users. Very safe, and I've been buying basically Bitcoin on that site for a while now. So that's it until next time, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please smash the red subscribe button. And if you guys take a look at the link in the description for to purchase Bitcoin, which I think is probably a little bit easier for people to manage, whereas physical gold is very heavy and there's the risk of loss and things like that. You can check that out. You get a free $10 worth of Bitcoin if you click the link in my description and sign up for an account. So that's it until next time, guys. Take care.